How's it going, everyone? My name is Jake Nathan and welcome to my channel, and today I am doing another tier list. I have done 2 of these so far, and just recently I found a Call of Duty tier list and I had to do it. Now, since the Warzone hype, my positive opinion for Call of Duty has changed, but before Warzone and especially Cold War, I used to be a huge fan of Call of Duty, and I want to talk about some of my favorites and where I would rank them on my very own tier list. Let's get started. Alright guys, so just to make it clear, every single game before Warzone and Cold War is in this list, except for some of the weird spin-offs they have come out with in the past. Everything else is in this list. Alright guys, so just to kind of make it interesting, I'm going to start with what I think are the worst games in the series. Now, for some of you who may be watching this video, I'm sure some of you might be disagreeing with me, but this is just what I think. This is just my opinion. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and start with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare at tier D. When Advanced Warfare came out, I actually liked it. We'll get to that game in a moment, but Infinite Warfare just wasn't Call of Duty at all, and I don't understand why they made a game like this. I don't know why they wanted to set it so far into the future, but it just felt like Star Wars. It felt like this intergalactic bullcrap, and it wasn't Call of Duty. And the online multiplayer was a lot worse. I actually didn't play really even a full hour of the online multiplayer because I was just so disappointed. And again, it just didn't feel like Call of Duty. Now the zombies actually wasn't bad, because you can't really go wrong when it comes to a zombie mode in Call of Duty, but other than that, this game was absolute trash, and I just didn't know what was going through these developers' minds. Honestly, it was just awful. So tier D. All right, so the other 2 games that I think are the worst in this franchise has to be Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. Now, I will say that I think Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is slightly better than Black Ops 4. Not to the point where I'm going to move it up to C, but because they're both really bad, but I will say that. However, and I've ranted about this in previous streams, the whole futuristic stuff, I don't understand why these developers went to that route. The futuristic stuff is something that we never asked for. It's something that it's something that the franchise never needed, and I just hated the futuristic stuff with a passion. It was so cheesy and unrealistic, and I just didn't like it at all. And to be clear, I am judging these games based off the campaign as well as the online multiplayer. A lot of Call of Duty players judge these games based off the online multiplayer. I am basing it off both because I really care about these campaigns, and I feel like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 had none of that. In fact, Black Ops 4 didn't have a campaign to begin with, which I feel is a huge mistake. I don't even know why they didn't. I don't even know why they didn't include one. I feel like a campaign is important, but apparently they didn't. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, there really isn't a lot to go on, so for that reason, it is bland and empty, and the online multiplayer is just ridiculous. And Black Ops 3 had a bad campaign, just as bad as the Infinite Warfare game. So again, just with the unrealistic futuristic timeline, I just didn't like it, and the character selection and the weird abilities that they threw in the online multiplayer was just ridiculous. So they're bad. D. Alright, so that's pretty much it for what I think are the worst games in the franchise, but I want to move on to some of the underrated games, some of the games that I felt were skipped by hardcore COD fans, and one of those games being Call of Duty Ghosts. I really like this game. I'm going to move it to tier B. I'm not going to move it to tier C because moving it to tier C is pretty much saying that it's mediocre, and I think it's more than that. I think it was something brilliant, something unique, something different, something kind of special. The campaign had brand new characters, it told a brand new story, and it was really, really good, and the online multiplayer was even better. Some of the maps in the online multiplayer I felt were kind of memorable, and Call of Duty Ghosts was actually the very first game where I played online multiplayer. I didn't play online multiplayer during the Modern Warfare trilogy, which was my childhood. Call of Duty Ghost was actually the first one, and my brother and I played a crap ton of this, and we had a blast. So Call of Duty Ghosts at tier B. Alright, so Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is another game that I felt was underrated, but I still really liked. I'm going to move it to tier C. I'm moving it to tier C because it still kind of had that weird, cheesy, futuristic stuff that I've talked about many times already, but it was a game that I really liked. It was a lot of fun, and the campaign was kind of meh, but the online multiplayer was something special. I love the paintball mode that you had. If you didn't want to see the blood and stuff, you could switch to paintball mode, and your gun would literally shoot paintballs at the enemy players, and it would splatter all over. It was awesome. I really enjoyed the loot boxes, or the loot packs, or whatever they called them. I don't remember, but you got one, I assumed, every time you leveled up, and every time you opened a loot box or a loot pack, it would unlock amazing things. New weapons, gloves, masks, boots, like exosuits. And the exosuits would look really, really cool depending on which one you got. And I remember I unlocked this crazy octopus exosuit. It was so cool. I really enjoyed this game. Some of the maps were kind of bland, but I really liked it. So there were some faults, but I liked it. Call of Duty World War II is another underrated game in my opinion. This one I do think is mediocre. So I'm moving this one to tier C as well, only because the whole World War II concept has been done many, many times with the original Call of Duty trilogy as well as World at War, and they just confirmed that they're going to be making another game that's based in World War II, and I just feel like I feel like that concept alone is very, very overrated. So this game was mediocre, the campaign was mediocre, it was lame, and the online multiplayer was good. It was good. I definitely liked the different weapons based off of actual old World War II guns. I thought it was really, really cool. So I do kind of like this game. I would give it like a 5 out of 10, maybe a 6 if I want to be generous. But yeah, this just wasn't it for me. I wouldn't say it's the worst because these games were pretty bad, and World War II wasn't bad, but it just wasn't there. And I can almost guarantee that the new World War II game probably won't be great either. And speaking of the World War II stuff, I'm gonna move World at War also at tier C. A lot of people like this game. I didn't. Now this one I don't think is necessarily over or underrated, but I just didn't like this one. Only because again, the World War II stuff, and not even just in the Call of Duty franchise, but the World War II stuff has just been done so many times, and I'm over it, and I was over it then. I just didn't care. However, it was still a fun game, and what was really cool about this was that this was Viktor Reznov's first introduction to the Call of Duty franchise. I will always remember that. It was something very, very cool. So I will give it credit where the credit is due, that the campaign was alright, but it had cool moments like the introduction of Viktor Reznov. However, mediocre. Alright, so the original Call of Duty trilogy, I don't really remember. I don't think I know I didn't play Call of Duty and Call of Duty 3. I think I played Call of Duty 2. I don't really remember. So because I don't remember that, and the fact that I haven't played Call of Duty or Call of Duty 3, I'm just gonna move all 3 of these at not played. But let me know in the comments below. Should I come back to this? Is it worth my time? Is it worth coming back to? If so, I'll go ahead and go on Steam and pick up a copy and try it out. But yeah, let me know, because I'd be happy to go back and check it out if it's actually pretty fun. All right, so let's get the Black Ops games out of the way. We haven't covered these yet. Black Ops 2, tier S. Black Ops 1, tier A. If Black Ops 2 never happened, I would definitely move Call of Duty Black Ops at tier S. This was something This was a masterpiece. So many great characters that are actually super popular even to this day, like Woods and Reznov and Mason. And in fact, most of the characters in the Black Ops games are super popular, and I can see why. I mean, it was so good, and the campaign was, oh my god, was it amazing. I just loved how they kind of twisted history around with John F. Kennedy and different things like that. It was so good. I loved it so much. I didn't play the online multiplayer in Black Ops, so I can't really give my review on that, but Black Ops, the campaign was amazing. So Black Ops 2 was the thing, and I never expected it to be so much better than the first one, and oh my god, it truly was. Just like the first one, the campaign was a true masterpiece, but even better. And it did jump way in the future, but not to the point where there were weird exosuits and intergalactic warfare. There was a point in that, and it was just so good. Sad moments, epic moments. I loved it so much. And the online multiplayer, I did play the online multiplayer in this game, but it was way later. Not when it first came out. It was way later, and I was good at it. I gotta say, I'm not bragging here, but I was kind of good at it. I loved Nuketown, the newer, or at least at that time, the new version of Nuketown, the different version. It was so cool, and I really enjoyed that map, that one map, and I always forget what it's called, but it's that map with the yacht, with the big boat, and it was, I love that map. That was my favorite. I highly recommend that if you have not played Black Ops 2, you definitely go and check that out. If you haven't, you're kind of living under a cave. Okay, so I saved the best for last, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare trilogy. The games that I felt were the best, not only in the entire franchise, but the best first-person shooter games you could ever play. And let's start with the obvious choice, the one that started the trilogy, Call of Duty 4. It was incredible. It was so amazing. I loved it so much. I'm feeling so much nostalgia even talking about it now. It had such a creepy, cold villain, Imran Zakayev. I will always remember him. Captain Price, who is the most favored character in the entire franchise, which I don't blame people for feeling that way. I feel that way, and it was something truly special when they brought him back in the Modern Warfare Remastered or remake or whatever you want to call it, which I've noticed wasn't in this list, so I apologize for that. I would rank that a tier A, by the way, but oh my god, this was so good and such an epic ending. I loved it. So I am bringing this at tier A only because Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was the best in the trilogy, and I think everyone could agree with me on that one. If you don't, let me know in the comments below, but I felt like that was the case. It was so amazing. I loved it so much, and General Shepard was the best villain I've ever seen. I never would have thought he would betray us like he did, but he did, and it was a huge moment in gaming history. There were many sad moments in that game, like him betraying us, as well as the death of Ghost. And a lot of people liked Ghost, but sadly it was a character that didn't live very long. But yeah, just so many memorable moments in that game. So tier S for me. Modern Warfare 3 was good. It's part of the Modern Warfare trilogy. Of course it's good, but there was a lot missing. There was a lot missing. It didn't have the magic like Call of Duty 4 or even Modern Warfare 2 had. It was kind of, I wouldn't say mediocre. It was more like Ghost. It was more than mediocre, and it was still an incredible game. But yeah, there was just a lot of things missing for me. So I have to rank this at tier B. That's just me. I'm maybe some of you would rank it at tier A with 4 or whatever, but it just wasn't there. But it was still a cool game, and it was a perfect ending to the entire trilogy. It really was. So that is it, guys. That is my Call of Duty tier list. Like I said, I used to be a huge fan of Call of Duty, so making this list was actually pretty fun, and some of these games were a part of my childhood, so it brought a lot of nostalgia when talking about these games. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure you press that like button down below, subscribe, and click the notification bell to receive notifications every time a new video goes live, and be sure you follow my Twitch channel. I am live every Monday through Friday. I'm a variety streamer, so I pretty much play anything and do anything, and I hope to see you there. Be happy, always be happy, and have a great day.